the way to beautify our minds. So it will be too wide for you. There are 7 purifications, right? It'll lead you to purification. Also, do we know
và trở thành bậc thánh để chứng được thánh đạo thánh quả. Và theo
literature is like a map, road map to go to Nibbana. That we must try to learn the map. After that, we must go according to the map. Then we will take Nibbana. We have that kind of saying, that kind of simile. Anyway, the land Dhamma is also good in the very beginning because it explains very much good, right? Also good in the middle for practitioners, good at the end for attainment. Even a stanza given by the Buddha is good in the very beginning with the first sentence. Okay. Then for your understanding, I should introduce very easy stanza. Everybody knows that stanza. Sapa papa sa akarana, kusala supa sambara, satita priyotapana, etam buddhana sasana, 4 sentences. The first one is Sapa papa sa akarana. The first sentence, the first line. This is good in the very beginning. Let me not to do all evil. I good in the very beginning. Then he mentioned good in the middle with the second and the third sentence. Second and third is kusala subha sambara, to accumulate good or wholesome deeds. Satita priyotapana, to purify the mind. This is the second and the third sentence. Good in the middle. Etam buddhana sasana. These are the teaching of all the Buddha. That means this is a good in the end. Good conclusion of the stanza. Just example. So you can study many sutta like that, many stanza like that, then good in the very beginning, good in the middle, good in the end. Then again, in the Sutta or Vinaya, the place, the listener, the cause of delivering discourses, and the formulating rules is good in the beginning. Actually, when we go and read in the commentary, it will be two separated passage, but here I combine. For example, when the Buddha delivered the suttas, okay, for your understanding, right? Then now Bojjhanga Sutta. There are many Bojjhanga Sutta. For example, in the case of Kassapa Sambojjhanga, it's in Pipali Guha. Pipali Guha is the place where deliver the discourse. The listener is the Venerable Mahakassapa. If there's no listener, the Buddha cannot give any Dhamma talk. The cause of delivering Venerable Mahakassapa is sick. That's when the Buddha delivered the discourse. Kassapa Bojjhanga Sutta. Okay, anyway, the main thing is all the place, listener, the cause of delivering, this is the call, good in the very beginning. Without reason, the Buddha will not deliver any discourse. Then again, formulating the rules. Formulating the rules also from Vinaya. In every single rule, there's it, the place, the listener, and the cause of laying down the rules, formulating the rule. Okay, even what about like stealing, right? What about stealing? See, there are many other new rules in that part. The first one is by Venerable in Rajagaha. So the place is Rajagaha. The listeners are bhikkhu. The offender is a Venerable Daniya. Then why he laid down these rules? He stole the goods of King Bimbisara to build a kuti, to build a monastery. Thus, the Buddha laid down the rules, formulating the rules. So the place, and also we can say the listener, and the cause of laying down the rules, formulating the rule, is it good in the beginning? Is it good in the middle because this call is suitable for the listeners or in accordance with listeners' temperament, tendency? So this is a good in the middle, suitable for the listeners. Especially when Buddha laid down the Vinaya rules, also because of conditions and people's minds, the Buddha had to lay down. Of course, some of the rules Bhikkhu may just like, right? Most of the people don't like many rules and regulations. But in the case of Sutta, it will be different. Then Buddha will explain according to people's temperament. In the case of Vinaya, not in accordance with temperament. It depends on the case. Then Vinaya also for the comfort of Sangha. That's why this also Buddha has good intention. Okay, anyway, then every single sutta, there will be some listeners. Without listeners, Buddha will never explain any discourse. Okay, one more thing here. We have 4 different types of suttas. The first one is the Atthajasya. The Buddha deliver by his own wish. Sometimes Buddha just say, Bhikkhus, I'm going to talk about Vajrayana, for example. Then it's not the disciple's wish, it's a wish. The time ripened, that's why he talk about it. Sometimes it depends on listener's wish, listener desire, listener temperament, then Buddha deliver. For example, about Anarapindika, Visakha, when you read something about their story and their life, the Buddha didn't talk about Nibbana or Anicca Dukkha Anatta to Anarapindika to Visakha because they love their family too much. The Buddha also knew that's why Buddha just teach how to be a good lay person, how to be a good person in the family life, household life. This is their temperament and tendency, right? Their wish. Now there's Attupatika. When something happens, the Buddha also deliver discourses. Okay, now here practically, now whenever Kaspar is sick, and the Buddha deliver Vajrayana Sutta. Whenever Mahamoggallana was sick, that's when Buddha deliver Vajrayana Sutta. Right? Something happened, that's when the Buddha deliver discourses. Now we also have like Dhammanussati-Hiệu Sutta. We talk about inheritance, right? So the Buddha wished his disciple to accept Dhamma inheritance. Buddha don't wish his disciple to accept material heritage. That's why then we talk about the Dhamma too much, right? Anyway, the main thing is, why did the Buddha say this one? At the time, Bhikkhu Sangha had a lot of donation. Then after lunch, they have to strike wooden gong and they have to assemble in one place. They have to distribute or they have to share properties. Then they make noise. On hearing that, the Buddha asks Venerable Ananda, why noisy like this? Then they are sharing Sangha properties. That's why it's a little noisy. Then the Buddha asks all the bhikkhus to come to Dhamma hall, assembly hall, and the Buddha also gives Dhamma talk to accept only Dhamma heritage, not to accept material heritage. Something happened. Too much gain is spoiling people's minds. So the main thing is, this is we call good in the middle. suitable for the listeners because of reason, right? Okay, now the last type of Dhamma is Pucha Vasika. When somebody asks the question, the Buddha may answer. So 4 types of discourses. His wish, listener's wish, something happened, or somebody asked question. For these 4 different discourses, Buddha also supported his disciples and followers. Then there's also simile, the cause, hetu, and also example, udaharana. Sometimes the Buddha use simile. Then, although we say simile is not 100%, right? The same. Sometimes people emphasize on simile too much, then we have some difficulty to understand. Okay. For example, you may know the Sihanada, lion roar, right? Lion roar. Actually, this means in this case, lion is not appearance or not sound or lion. It means bravery of lion. As lion is a brave, we are also brave. Brave utterance, we can say, right? Lion roar. This kind of case just gives simile, right? Lion roar. Then some people say, like a very strong, very loud, very noisy, people may understand like that. Not like this. It means brave. We just take the quality of lion, bravery. Similarly, the cause. Sometimes the Buddha also explain the cause of doing this, doing that. Also, the Buddha also is, like, for example, talk about example. We can say udaharana. So actually, there are many examples in many different suttas. Right? Buddha gives somebody as an example. Right? Then Buddha also guides his disciple to follow the good people. Anyway, this is a good in the middle. Then it's a good in the end for the listeners gaining faith in the Buddha's teaching. So after listening, we gain faith. For example, like Vinaya rules. In the Vinaya rules, mostly people complain about bhikkhus. That's why Buddha laid down the rules. After laying down the rules, they have to change their behavior. Then it's actually devoteable manner. That's why people can gain faith in Sangha also. So if we summarize, it depends on the case. Then after listening to discourse or after listening to Vinaya rules, they may have gain in Buddha Dhamma Sangha. This is called well expounded. Okay, now this is also good. Morality is good in the beginning. This is practicing already, right? So preparation is just learning Dhamma. This one is practicing practically. Morality is good in the beginning, the first steps of purification. Concentration is good in the middle. And this also second purifications, the purifications of the mind. Wisdom is good at the end. These are all other 5 purifications that refer to wisdoms. So if we summarize, 3 trainings are also well expounded. Not only that, we have the next one. Morality and the concentrations are good in the beginning. Insight knowledge and path knowledge are good in the middle. The fruition knowledge and nibbana are good in the end. These are also another approach. Then we have to add one more. When penetrated by the Buddha and originated from the Buddha is good in the beginning. So that means Buddha himself also penetrated and also he delivers. That's why originated from the Buddha. That's good in the very beginning. Being true Dhamma is good in the middle by abandoning evils and by accomplishing good deeds. Okay, Why is me being truth? Here we also already mentioned, by abandoning evils. Although we say the Dhamma, if we cannot abandon evil, it's not true Dhamma. The power of true Dhamma must be able to abandon the defilements and evil. Not only that, accomplishing good deeds. The true Dhamma will guide us to do good things, beneficial things to ourselves or our community. Another thing is, where practiced by Sangha is good in the end. As the Buddha taught, Sangha also practiced very well. That's why it's good in the end. Sometimes we have many ways of trainings, but nobody practice. Then that tradition will disappear. We can practically see in one community, right? When we talk about nimitta or the lives, they say it's very strange. Right? Sometimes they don't believe that kind of things. It's because very few people are practicing. Majority are not practicing. That's why they cannot believe. So where practiced by Sangha, although here we say Sangha, it also covers all the devotees. Sangha means community. So when we say Sangha, or the later I have to talk about Sangha quality again, right? Then whenever we talk about Sangha, this might be good community. Then, okay, Sangha also practice, the community also practice very well. That's why we can say good in the end. This is also practicing. It is good in the very beginning for attaining Buddhahood after listening and practicing in accordance with the Dhamma. So that means Bodhisattva also, he had to listen many discourses to be knowledgeable when he was fulfilling parami. But he also practiced in accordance with the Dhamma taught by wise people. Then after fulfilling all the parami, he can attain Buddhahood. That's why it's good in the very beginning. We have already said, Dhamma comes from the Buddha, originated from the Buddha. It is the good in the middle, attaining Pacceka Buddha. So that means we can also attain Pacceka Buddhahood after fulfilling parami. This is a little bit weaker than Buddha, right? Samanyu Buddha. Good in the end, attaining Savaka Bodhi. Savaka Bodhi means we can attain noblehood. Sotapanna, Sakadagami, Anagami, Arhat. So we must listen and then practice. If we listen and practice, we can be the Buddha, Pacceka Buddha, or Arhat. That's why we can say Swakata well expounded for different level of people, different level of paramis. Okay, now, it is also good in the beginning, removing hindrances by listening to it. By merely listening to discourses, we can also subside defilements. Some discourses are really very powerful. Then, just reading or by listening, we can overcome it. We can remove hindrances. It is good in the middle, gaining the bliss of samatha and vipassana by practicing the Dhamma. The first one is listening, second one is practicing. When we practice practically, we can experience the bliss of samatha and vipassana. We can also understand, we can also experience peacefulness, tranquility, rapture, joy. By practicing samatha vipassana, this is called good in the middle. It is a good in the end, gaining tadi guna, unshaken mind when experiencing ups and downs of life, such as gain and loss, desirable and undesirable, after completely practicing. So that means tadi guna is a little bit wide, and very wide meanings. I should give them here, I have already mentioned when experiencing ups and downs of life. For example, when we gain something, then we may be very happy. There's also shaken emotion. When we get lost, we feel sorry, we upset, anxiety, worry, grief, lamentation, or also emotion. So that means when we have very strong attainments such as arhataship, although we experience such case, our mind is unshaken. When we gain also, mind cannot be shaken by gains. When we get lost also, our mind cannot be shaken by the loss. So desirable and undesirable. Okay, actually there are 8 up and downs of life. It will be too long for you. That's why I just summarize. Desirable and undesirable. So when we see desirable, we may feel happy, rejoice in it. When we see undesirable, we may feel uneasy, displeasure in our mind. So when we have Dadi Guna, our mind cannot be shaken by desirable or undesirable. We have more equanimity toward the things and Dhamma. That's why attaining Dadi Guna is good in the end. That means attaining arhataship. So here I also use the English words, after completely practicing. Completely practicing means attaining arhataship. Before we attain arhataship, we cannot say we are completed. After attaining arhataship, we can say it's a complete training. This is the meaning of swakado. It's 2 words. Again, not following 2 extreme ways, the Dhamma shows the middle way. So the noble path is well expounded. So we also say noble path. Right? That means path knowledges. If we say path, also we can say noble eightfold paths. The noble eightfold path is the middle way. We have already learned in Dhammacakkappavattana Sutta. Everybody knows that Sutta, right? The first discourse of the Buddha. So sub-indulgence is also extreme way. Sub-mortification is also another extreme way. The noble eightfold path is the middle way. That's why this is also well expounded. Removing the defilements completely. The fruition is also well expounded. So we have 2 different things, right? People also ask, what's the difference between Magga and Phala when removing or eradicating defilements? Magga, okay, like a fire. Then if we extinguish with the water, when we extinguish with the first cup of water, it will the flame of the flame of fire will disappear, right? This is one thing. Also, some part of heat will disappear, but little heat remain because of fire there, right? If we extinguish with the second cup of water, it will remove all the heat. Similarly, the path knowledge also eradicates defilements, but some remaining heat is extinguished by fruition knowledge. This is called removing defilements completely, without remaining any heat or any power. So now explaining Nibbana as an eternal Sasata, deathless Amata, protector Dana, refuge Lena. Nibbana is well expounded. This is we call Subramanian Dhamma. Right? So path knowledge, fruition knowledge, Nibbana. These are Subramanian Dhamma. That's why they are also called well expounded. Thus the Subramanian Dhammas are well expounded by the Buddha. So when we are going to recall Swakado, we must recall one of these. Priyati Dhamma or Pratipatti Dhamma, learning and practicing, right? Another thing is here, we also say path and fruition knowledge and Nibbana, Subramanian Dhamma. We can recall any of quality. Okay, now Regulation of Dhamma, Sandhitika, evidence. When we say evidence, that means the noble path is seen by a noble person, make the defilements empty and devoid out. This is also called Sandhitika. We can practically experience this in the present moment. The noble one can know the force of defilements and the benefit of overcoming defilements by his direct knowledge. This is also called evidence. That means, although we say defilements are really very bad, when we talk about disadvantages of defilements, as long as we don't experience the force of defilements, the disturbing of defilements, we will not believe. When we are practicing, so defilements are disturbing us all the time. We know the force of defilements. When we can overcome the defilements, we can also achieve attainment. That's why we also know the benefit of overcoming defilements by our own knowledge, by our own experiences. So when defilements arises, we have to suffer from it. When defilements are eradicated, we can feel peace. We can experience practically in our practice. For example, restlessness. When we have restlessness, we cannot find peacefulness. Although we may think we have peacefulness, but not so strong. If we don't have any restlessness, now our mind becomes peaceful, more harmonized, more harmonious with breath, then also better results. Then again, one who can attain the 9 supramundane states can practically penetrate the Dhamma by revealing knowledge, abandoning blind faith caused by talks of others. So when we can attain supramundane states by ourselves, practically, we can also penetrate the Dhamma, we can also understand Four Noble Truths. Then also by revealing knowledge, we can also know we attain path of fruition knowledge. We have already attained Nibbana. Also, when we ourselves experience, we can overcome the blind faith. Otherwise, we have to believe everybody in everywhere, in every Buddhist community. Then many bhikkhus declare that they have attained psychic power, they have attained arhatship, many different announcements, many different declarations. So if we ourselves haven't practiced practically, we may believe easily. If we haven't learned, we may believe easily. If we ourselves practice, then we may not believe whatever they say. We may believe only important parts or only trustworthy things, trustworthy informations given by the Buddha. Okay, the main thing is, there are some people, they also say, can we know we attain path and fruition knowledge? Now we can say yes, by revealing knowledge. So in our community, we don't recommend somebody to declare Sotapanna, Sakadagami, or Anagami, or anybody, right? But when I go abroad, many people come, they also say, I have attained Sotapanna, I have attained Sakadagami, the without practicing Vipassana as a samatha, can I go to Vipassana? They have this kind of request from me. Then I just say, okay, if you have attained path fruition knowledge, Sotapanna, for example, can you enter to fruition attainments? Then they say many different things. They don't answer my question directly. I know why they answer like this. Anyway, the main thing is, if somebody has attained Sotapanna or Sakadagami, they have very less defilements compared to ordinary people. They have already subsided very gross defilements. They may have very subtle defilements. They can attain jhana faster than other people. For Anagami, sure, it will be very fast because very few defilements remain. All the gross defilements has already gone. Right? They can also know how many defilements have already eradicated, have been eradicated, how many defilements remaining. They can know everything by revealing knowledge. That is why this is called evidence. We ourselves can experience, it becomes evident. Right? Mostly people say, seeing is a believing. Sure, if we see properly, we can believe. Let alone path and fruition knowledge, like the light, for example, now. If you have never seen the light, you may not believe. If you guys have seen the light, you may believe it. Sanditika, evidence to you. Then we have another thing, akalika, timeless. So it produces its results without waiting for the proper time. After attaining the path knowledge, the fruition knowledge arises. When we do our kusala karma, right, to get its result, we have to wait next life. It's not practical, right? Then even our kusala karma, there's also special karma, presently affected karma. You know, presently affected karma. It also have to wait a moment, not immediately. There's some entire times, maybe a few minutes, something. It may be only within one day, right? Few minutes. But in the case of path and fruition knowledge, no interval time. Subsequently affected karma and the demanding karma will produce its results in the near future life. We have to wait to experience the result of mending karma. In the case of supramending karma, path knowledge will immediately produce its results, the fruition knowledge, without any interval mind moments. No interval between path and fruition knowledge. Akalika, timeless. No interval time, we can say. This is only supramending dhamma. For mending dhamma, we cannot say like that, right? Then, okay, fortunately, the collection of dhamma, ehipasiko, inviting investigation. Since it is totally pure, the Buddha invited all beings to come and investigate the Dhamma. People holding impure or discordant things dare not invite anybody to come and see it, what's in their hands. So that means if his teachings are not very pure, he may not dare to invite anybody to come and see, to come and investigate. The way he trained is really very pure, so he dare invite anybody to come and investigate. So the supramundane stage does not exist just like the moon Angaba with the clouds or the mist. So that means, okay, we can say like a Nibbana, right? Nibbana is not like the moon or something we can show. This is Nibbana that we cannot show like that, right? But we can investigate by practicing. Okay, now another one. Opanayiko, leading to emancipation. Although the clothes and head are burning, one should ignore it and practice the Dhamma until one can attain Nibbana. So that means by extinguishing of fire, we cannot attain Nibbana. By practicing Dhamma, we can attain Nibbana. So if we pass away because of burning fire, it will be only one life. So it will be many lives. We just finish one life, next life we have to be reborn. But if we can attain Nibbana, then we can make end of suffering, no more burning in the future. That we should bear in our mind or keep it in our minds. By penetrating, one should touch it, stick it to the mind, which means one must try until one can attain Nibbana, take Nibbana as an object in our minds. So Opanayika means if we must take our mind into Nibbana or we must take Nibbana as an object. The path and fruition knowledge are Opanayika. So Nibbana, path and fruition knowledge will take Nibbana as an object. That's why Opanayika. It will lead to emancipation. Okay, now the last quality. Pachadamurita Bo Vinyuhi. To be comprehended by the wise, each for himself. So the attainment cannot be shared with others. The path of first knowledge attained by the teacher cannot eradicate the defilements of his disciple. The attainment cannot be seen. It's not the domain of uneducated worldly people. It's very personal. So that means only good person can experience the Dhamma except for himself. Although he want to give somebody, they cannot take that kind of Dhamma. If he's wise, he can learn, he can practice for himself, he can experience this. So that, for example, the Buddha is the teacher. Right? Even he has attained many things. He cannot give his attainment to his only son, Rahula. Okay, I become Buddha. I have attained all the many Subramanian Dhamma. Okay, now I will give you. Can make you as a Buddha. He cannot do like this. Even Venerable Rahula had to practice diligently. He was ordained when he was 7 years old. He cannot attain any path and first knowledge. After newly ordained as a bhikkhu, he attained path and first knowledge. You can imagine. Even the Buddha cannot give his attainment to his only son. It's personal. When we are wiser, we can experience, we can achieve. That's why it's called Pachana Vidita Vinyuhi. Okay, today we have already explained the recollection of the Dhamma. So we can choose one of the quality, and we can also do recollection of Dhammas called Dhamma. Then you may have been to the library, the many books about Tipitaka. Like in Paaukretreat, we have one setups only about Tipitaka. Tipitaka is a commentary, a sub-commentary, and is noted passage of the Tipitaka. Also, different translations, bilingual translations, many of them on one setup. It's very big volume, right? Very big book, very big collection of books. It will be very expensive for you. If you can do recollection of the Dhamma, your body, your heart become Dhamma library. Right? So, trustworthy. Okay, another things, you may have known Dhamma Jitiya. If you have followed some Thai traditions or other traditions, then you may know Dhamma Jitiya. When you have been to Thailand or Thai temple, you may see beside the Buddha statues, they have collections of the books. Dhamma Jitiya, Tipitaka there. This is a Thai tradition. In Myanmar, we don't have that kind of tradition. If we want to see Tipitaka, go to the library. Then go to the bookshop. I also have my own collections of books in my kuti. They just like my own library, right? It's not Dhamma Jitiya. I mean, actually for Thai people or other traditions, they just bound down to Tipitaka as a Dhamma Jitiya. Okay, the main thing is, if we are recollecting Dhamma's quality, Dhamma Jitiya will be in our heart. Right? That's why it will be beneficial for you. By recollecting Dhamma's quality, we cannot attain jhana, we can attain only up to asset concentration. Based on that, we can also practice Vipassana. So it also can be foundations of Vipassana. May you all be able to practice the Buddha teachings, and may you all be able to realize final cessation and not suffering.
Sadhu, 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 sadhu. So shall we proceed to the Q&A session?
Okay.
Dear participant, if you have any question, please raise your hand. Any question from the participant?
Thank you, Saro, Kovida, and thank you, Saro Aganya, for your kindness and teaching us, bring us the light of wisdom during this retreat. Is very special to all of us. And I have a few questions regarding the practice. If one with experiences of nimitta or some attainment of jhana, and one having such pride and conceit in one's attainment, will such a subtle or gross form of conceit or pride help them lose their nimitta or jhana? And how can one help practice?
Recording in progress.
So the sixth property of Dharma, the fruition knowledge attained by teacher cannot eradicate the defilement of his disciple. I just wonder why, like this path cannot be shared from teacher to the disciple, since there are some cases that the Buddha can help with the defilement partially. Like why, like.
Okay, sure. Okay. I see. Okay, well, now I can guess what you mean. Okay. So the main thing is the Buddha can remind them to overcome defilements. Just reminding in the case of Angulimala, right? It's not totally eradicated. Just reminding to subside defilements, right? Temporarily, no more defilements. His mind become calm and quiet. The subsiding, not eradicating. Okay. In the case of eradication, okay, because English word you misunderstand. Let me, if we say eradicating, he uprooted without remainder. After eradicating, no more horizon of defilements. This time, path knowledge or fruition knowledge. For other cases, we can say like a substitution or separation or subsiding. So, for example, in the case of Angulimala, the Buddha just remind him there's a defilements, then he can subside. Just temporarily, right? So that means Buddha can have to subside. Buddha can remind them this is the bad things to do. Okay, that's why it cannot be eradication. If it's eradication, no more remainder. Without remaining defilements, he can eradicate totally, right? Two different points. Okay. Any other thing?
Any more question from the participant? Okay. Settle, we read question from the chat group. Question 1. On the Misiado, my aged parents are very used to recite Amitabha Buddha, and it is not easy for them to change to recite, for example, Buddha. If their mind know the qualities of Buddha, is it necessary for them to change from Amitabha Buddha to Buddha? Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
If they can change, then better, right? So Buddha is Buddha's quality, and Arahant is Buddha's quality. Then if they chant like Buddha or Arahant or any Buddha's quality, it will be better, sure. Right? Amitabha is later, right?
Sadhu, sadhu. Question 2. Wanda Misiado. 1. Is it true that when practicing recollection of Buddha, the Buddha image that we take may change into a real Buddha image? Why this happen? 2. Some says that Buddha light is very bright, so it is not easy to see Buddha face. Is it true? Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Okay, many quick questions, huh? Okay, the first questions you mentioned the Buddha's image become real, right? It's very powerful recollection of Buddha's quality. We feel that we see real Buddha. Although we just seeing Buddha's image, we may feel like it's a real Buddha in our mind. As we are, I have already said in the recollection, right? You may feel the Buddha is nearby you. You are in front of the Buddha, real Buddha. Then in this case, we can say you are successful practitioners. So that means if they can see Buddha image as a real Buddha, that means they are successful meditator. Okay, why this happen? This is power of bhavana. This is power of meditation. Okay, we cannot say why. Then again, second, Buddha light is bright, very bright. Actually, we cannot say we cannot see Buddha's face, right? This is something unreal. Maybe they misunderstand. Actually, everywhere of the Buddha's body parts, there's a ray. For example, you may know 6 rays of the Buddha, right? 6 different colors. Similarly, in the eyes, there are 2, black and white, right? So the skin is a golden complexion, it's a yellowish color, or golden color, golden ray. Then, according to different body parts, we can say different rays, okay? Yellowish, maybe lip also a little bit red, that is red color, right? It depends on different body parts. They can be different color. So we can see Buddhas clearly, right? We cannot see the Buddha's face. Next one.
Thank you, Sayadaw. The third question is a very long Chinese question. There are 2 slides.
Sayadaw. Recently, there is a bhikkhu found a new meditation methods, which is called more open way or more carefree way of mindfulness training. That is, by using the first group of the Anapanasati Sutta, there are 4 quadrants, means that he used the first group of 4 steps. And in these 4 steps, there are the 3rd and the 4th steps, which is the whole breath and the pasambayam, means calming the breath and practice in such a way according to these new methods. First, to experience the whole body, means to observe the breath long and short until the mind have tranquility, then switch to whole body as its object, and the breath will be found in the whole body. And he as if looking from behind. And then the 4th step, which is tranquilizing the breath. Sorry, I missed that slide. The way of his practice is following the previous steps. When the mind becomes stable, then try to tranquilize the body activity and try to relax deeply over the whole body. So about this whole body, according to the Atthakatha or the commentary, it's mentioned that the whole breath body, and the Buddhas also confirmed it in the sutta. The breath is a type of body over different body, means kaya. This is the interpretations from the sutta. So this question is complicated. Try to cultivate the awareness of the long and short breath. This is the first step and 2nd step. Then from there, he has the ability to know the beginning until the end of the breath. Then he can proceed to the next step, which is the 3rd and the 4th. This meditator can expect these results. He can try to awake the whole body, means the physical body. That means this body here is the whole physical body. And the breath is just a part of the whole body. By observing the whole body, then he can proceed to Vedananubhasi and Chittanubhasi and Dhammanubhasi. Next slide, please. So this practice, according to this practice, it is first samatha, then vipassana. So there's a need to emphasize on samatha. So the methods is for conclusion, the method is first focus on with the model of focusing. The mind can be more absorbed and more focused, then more easy to ignore the surroundings, awareness to the surrounding, and and easier to become, the vision become narrower and actually more tense up. And second, the more opening way of awareness. He can know the surrounding, and then the mind is broader, can know more things, but it is not as accurate, and sometimes it is more superficial, and the clearness is not, it's lacking the clearness. So he thinks that in the early Buddhism, it is more of the second model, which is more opening way of awareness, less clearness. It doesn't need to attain jhana. Someone may not need to attain jhana, but still can practice the Vedanubhasi, Chittanubhasi, and Dhammanubhasi. So he would like to ask the other opinions about this type of methods, whether it is correct or only partially correct.
It's very messy, right?
Okay,
we're gonna find this kind of things. We're gonna find this kind of things in Dipitaka, right? For example, opens or very wide area. Okay, the meaning of samatha, the meaning of concentration is one-pointedness, no wide area. This is the fun mistake, right? There must be one-pointedness. One-pointedness means concentration. You must keep only one point around those three. Very simple. So for about Vipassana, actually, you should learn properly in Master Vipassana Sutta. Although you talk about Vipassana, at the end mention, thus internally, the feeling as a feeling, right? Internally, externally, both internally, externally, also, there's also like a Samudaya Dhammanubbasi, many things in Vipassana. So we cannot say, okay, I'm gonna make any comment. You can consider by yourself right or wrong. Okay?
The next question is also a Chinese question.
In order to get the benefit from listening to Dhamma, there is a lay person told her that when she first listened to the Dhamma, the other can hear the sound of the teacher's Dhamma, but he herself alone could not hear words of it. Later, he could only do so after he could only hear the Dhamma after many days of respecting the Buddha and doing repentance, means keep on repent. After hearing this, I don't know what kind of karma this is and what kind of karmic force it is that will act as a barrier for the listener in order to listen to the Dhamma.
I don't know also. Right? So in the sutta also, okay, some story, for example, right? Then they cannot see the Buddha. We also have, because Buddha hides. Some they cannot see Buddha statue. Also, we have that kind of story in Myanmar. Anyway, it depends on some akusala karma, maybe, right? I don't know what kind of akusala karma you have done in the past. Okay? If you can give up akusala karma, sure, there we good karma for you. Maybe not so serious, that's why you can still listen to the Dhamma, right? Okay, next one.
Next question is a Vietnamese question.
Vietnamese said, I have a question. As lay devotee at home, so I used to offer the food to in front of the Buddha image at my home. So can I advise that after the offering the food to the Buddha, so what should I do with the food? What should I do with the food there? It mean that to take the food or to give away, throw away, or what should she do with the food?
Okay, you can take it, you can eat. Okay, no problem. Right? And you also we just take it, we just eat. It's okay, no problem. Next one.
Next question. Wandami Siado, a friend of mine at her early stage of learning meditation was told by her teacher during meditation interview that she has only 7 more life after this. Is the teacher supposed to disclose this to his or her student? Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Very risky, right? Okay, so if you see the same teacher like that, don't believe, okay? Dukkha. Okay, the next one.
Next question is a Chinese question.
Wandami Siado, I used to see the nimitta, but I didn't meet a suitable teacher at that time. Some people told me that I was possessed by a demon because of that phenomena. So I stopped practicing and the nimitta slowly disappeared. Now, I have also cultivated to that point where there are lights, glimmer lights and something similar to the nimitta, previous nimitta. So I doubt and analyze whether it is right or wrong. So what should I do to continue practicing?
Okay, so if you have experience before, don't expect all the experience before, right? If you expect, it's also greed. It will be a hindrance. You must be careful. Another one is, so when you are practicing, right, don't follow the light too much. Just keep knowing breathing until the nimitta becomes stable. And until you can regain all the things. It can be better than before also, okay? The main thing is that expectation is one of the problem for you. Only just give up the one. For other things, you can just do naturally. You can regain everything. Okay?
Thank you, Siado. The last question here. Wandami Siado, please Siado advise. 1. What kind of merit I share when this end of Dhamma talk, when together to chanting, sharing merit, is including past done merit or recollection of chaga? 2. Is true samana do this practice according Pali text, special for sayale, example drinking own urine, what benefit? Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Okay. So the first one, sharing merit, right? So itawada ja'amehi up to this extent, that means whole life up to now. Itawada, right? Up to now. That means it can be whole life, from childhood to now. So samadhan punya sambaran, we have already accumulated many wholesome deeds. So it can be any jaga we have done in the past, we are doing currently, anything. So we must pay attention any of jaga we have done before, right? We just share merit with all other living beings. Actually, what about the drinking own urine? I have read one book about urine therapy written by some author from Ireland. So, okay, Buddha also allow us to drink fermented urine as a medicine. That's a medical purpose. Okay? So that means at the time we just count urine. Even in Paaukretreat we have count urine. So for when we have some digestion problem, we also range. Okay, we also have many other the material for count urine. Right? Anyway, the main thing is it's just for medical purpose. The Buddha allow to drink urine, our own urine or other people's urine or like cow urine or anything, right? So in this case, we can say practicing according to body text. Okay, some of them are practicing according to body text, some of them are not according with body text. What about urine drinking? This is medical purpose. What I say, you must drink your own urine all the time, right? This is some mistakes. Okay, another thing?
Thank you, Sayadaw. Any more questions from the participant?
Hello. Dạ, con xin đảnh lễ quý sư kính đảnh lễ ngài. Con xin có câu hỏi. Con xin trình bày trước, sau đó câu hỏi. Con vào lớp trễ cho nên con học về niệm hơi thở hôm nay, thở vô biết thở vô, thở ra biết thở ra. Nhưng mà không kinh trình pháp á, trình pháp sáng nay thì con trình pháp sai. Qua niệm cảm thọ, nghĩa là nhắm ngay chỗ cái hình tam giác. Và để cái feeling đó thì thấy nóng, cứng, mềm và nó di chuyển, là đất nước gió lửa nó tan. Thì thiền sư có dạy con sáng nay là đó không đúng, phải bắt hơi thở thôi, thở vào biết thở vào, thở ra biết thở ra. Dạ, thì hôm nay con ngồi con thấy là hơi thở vào hơi thở ra theo thiền sư trình pháp dạy con. Thì con thưa ngài, con thấy là thì tất cả hơi thở vào ra lúc đầu nhanh, sau đó chậm và từ từ yếu đi, rồi sau đó không thấy hơi thở nữa. Và con thấy tim con đập nhanh, thì cái tim đập nhanh rồi con quán qua cái tim, thì cái tim chậm lại, sau đó là chung quanh nó nóng ấm, rồi sau nó nóng nhiều là cái tim cũng mất luôn. Thì con không biết có phải là con quán hơi thở mà nó đi qua lúc trước sai.
Vanami said also, yesterday's interview, Sayadaw Uaganya also teach her that to observe the breath in and out, because her experience before she attended the retreat quite late. So according to her previous practice, that she observed the feeling, like the heat, the cold, the softness, and the moving of the breath, the sensation. But Sayadaw teach her to just only knowing the in and out breath without any sensation or any feeling. So she do so, she knowing the in and out breath. Also the breath at the beginning is slow, after that become faster and become like just going to disappear. After that her attention move to the heart. Her heart also become hotter and warmer and hotter. Also the heart also disappear. So the feeling come back like the heart disappear, and she also observing the feeling. Is that the Kayanupassana, or is that her practice now is correct or incorrect at all?
When you are practicing Anapanasati, it should be only Anapanasati. Don't think about the heart or any other body parts, right? If you follow many different body parts, you don't have one pointedness. If you don't have one pointedness, we cannot say concentration. Okay? That means when we say the Pali word ekakata, it refers to two different things: Sama Samadhi and Miccha Samadhi. Right concentration or wrong concentration. Right? So one pointedness, just keep recollecting bad things. It can be Miccha Samadhi, wrong concentration. If you just try to recall only one thing, breathing simply, right? It will be one-pointedness. So actually, when you study in the Sutta, we can also find one thing. In the case of Anapanasati, you must not follow inside your body. You must not follow outside your body. If you know your heart, this is inside your body already, right? Because this is internally restlessness. That's why we don't recommend this kind of things. Kayanupassana is not that simple. Actually, there are many other things we have to know. After learning many different steps, we can practice Kayanupassana. Okay?
Dạ. Sau đó là hơi thở, sau đó là ấm nó xuống dưới lại trong bụng con. Con muốn hỏi như vậy để con tiếp tục thực tập đúng hay không cho ngày mai. Thì xuống trong bụng con rồi nó cũng tan đi, thì con mới thấy trên đầu con á, thì con thấy ánh sáng nó bắt đầu nó nhảy đi, thì bắt đầu ánh sáng nó càng lúc càng rõ ràng hơn. thì con tưởng là chờ nắng nó chiếu vào chỗ con ngồi, nhưng mà thật tình đó, nếu mà chiếu chỗ ngồi thì nó nắng từ đầu tới đuôi giống một cái cường độ, nhưng mà lúc đầu thì nó yếu, sau nó sáng lên. Thì sau đó con biết là niệm ánh sáng thì ánh sáng nó mất đi, và sau đó tất cả đều im lặng, và đầu con thì thấy mát lạnh, mà lúc đó là trời đang nóng. Mô Phật, con làm có đúng hay không để Ngài chỉ con, đằng mai con tiếp tục tiếp. Tại hôm nay con mới học về hơi thở thôi, con nghĩ là con bắt qua cái cũ rồi đó, là kaya niệm thân. Mô Phật.
Vanami said, because this was the very beginning of her Anapana said, so she attended retreat this is the first day, and she continued her experience that she feel the heat start to move down to her abdomen, and also she observed on the heat, and the heat had disappear, and then she could see the light start to appear, and on her head the light start to getting at first it's dim and getting brighter and brighter. At the beginning, she thought that the sunlight, but actually not the sunlight. Maybe hers, the mind create the light, and she observed on the light disappear, and she asking said, is that her practice is correct or wrong? Maybe perhaps that she remember she do the previous practice, come back to not Adhamana. Because of her previous practice also affect her practice now, said yeah.
Okay, I understand. So when you are going to change habits, okay, this is very difficult for you. I also understand because I also come from different tradition. Okay, one more thing. Seeing the lights by using any methods, any traditions. When your mind is calm and quiet, and when you have good concentrations, you can see the light. It doesn't mean it's an nimitta. Just seeing the light, right? So even though change to the nimitta, as long as you are following here and there are many different things. Then another thing is, the power of light will be different. When you see nimitta, power will be stronger than now you experience. Okay? That's why you have to change your habits. If you have attachment to previous one, sure, you're going to get any benefit from this retreat. If you wish to get benefit from this retreat, you might change habits. Okay?
Dạ,
okay, one question in the chat box.
Tri ân với Ngài. Mô Phật.
One question in the chat box.
Okay.
One question in the chat box also.
Yes,
said yes.
Let me copy the question. Okay, Vandami Sayadaw, if a monk break many times of Sanghadisesa, the first apati type of Sanghadisesa in one day, and confess with a monk only one time on that day. So how can we count the days to clear his Sanghadisesa with monk community? Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Okay, so that means before downrise, although you commit many times, just confess is also okay. That means at the end, before downrise, you may confess one time. After confession, no more breaking. Then in this case, we call Abhijnana Manada. Abhijnana, you don't conceive even one day, right? So it doesn't mean 24 hours, be careful, before downrise. Right? Then you may misunderstand. Right? So you may break in the evening, for example, then at night, for example, but before downrise, you must confess. So if we confess like this, it's Abhijnana Manada. You don't conceive one day. Okay? So if after downrise, if you confess, it will be one day already. It's not 24 hours, right? For example, at night you may commit. After downrise, you may confess. One day already. At the time, you got Ekaha Parichana. Right? That means you have to Parivasa one day, then go to Manada. Okay? Next one.
Sarah, we don't have any more questions in the chat group.
Okay. Okay, one question are there.
Participant.
Raise your hand. Okay, one is raise your hand.
Yeah, thank you, Sarah. I have one question about how to note or mentally note when the stage
Hello?
of the third. Hello. Yes, Sarah, can you hear me?
Okay, I can hear.
Yes.
Okay, I can hear.
At the stage of subtle breath, how do we note? Should we just note the touching point in and out of the breath, or some other text teach to know the first point is at the nose, the middle at the heart, and the last one at the stomach? Is it the right way, Sarah?
Sure. Okay, be careful, right? So this is the aura of horizon. Now the aura of practice, be careful, right? You may know the beginning of in-breath is in the nostril, the middle is in the chest, the end is in the abdomen and the navel. We have this kind of explanation. This is the aura of horizon. It's not the aura of practice. Okay? When you are going to practice, we must know only around the nostril. 1 point in nerves. Okay? So some misunderstanding. I also have read many things like that. Right? In the very beginning, I also misunderstand like that in the public school. But gradually, when I read Dhammanussati-Hiệu, I can realize this is totally mistakes. We must not follow internally or externally. Okay? Any other thing?
Yes, Sarah. So if I note, I should just know in and out only, or should I say middle? I don't know how to note at that point.
Okay. Because sometimes your breath will be very subtle. You cannot know in or out. You just know the breathing. This is also possible. Sometimes you just know only in breath, no out breath. Sometimes only the out breath, no in breath. This is also possible. Sometimes you don't know both in and out. You just know the touching point, touching sensation. This is also okay. So it's changeable. Okay? When your breath becomes very subtle, the more patience, you can keep knowing breathing. If you force too much, it will disappear also. Okay?
Thank you,
Another
Sarah.
thing?
Yes, Sarah, when I reached to the stage of the subtle breath, suddenly at certain point my heart beat so fast that I could hear it in my ears. So what exactly is that, and how I can overcome?
Actually, you are not very used to be with the calmness and quietness, then it can happen. Be careful. When you have very subtle breath, you might be a little bit quiet, calm. You are not used to be with this kind of condition, not very familiar with this kind of conditions, the heartbeat will be faster. Okay? As long as you don't follow heartbeat too much, it's okay. Any other thing?
Sarah, because it's 10 minutes past 8:30 already. So
Okay. So
for today? Okay. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you very much for your teachings today, and thank you, our interpreter Bande, for translation. May we invite Sarah to lead us in making aspiration and sharing of merits. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Etawatacha amehi sambadam punya sambadam sabbe devanumodandu sabbe buddhanumodandu sabbe sattvanumodandu sabba sampatti siriya idame nyatinam hotu Sukhita hondu nyatiyo idame nyatinam hotu Sukhita hondu nyatiyo idame nyatinam hotu Sukhita hondu nyatiyo idame punyam asawekaya waham hotu idame punyam Nibbanasa Pajayo Hodu Mama Punya Bhagam Sabba Sadanam Pajami Te Sabbe Me Samam Punya Bhagam Labandu Sadhu Sadhu Sadhu.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Thank you, Sarah, and everyone for your time and participation. Till we